Jai Mother. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Those days spent at Tellicherry, ever near the radiant presence of Mother, were beatific hours when we witnessed, with a sense of exhilarating intimacy, her divine resplendence and the perfections of her human personality as well. Great devotion rose up in our hearts as we basked in the sunshine of her bounteous grace. From her, love, wisdom, and grace flowed as a life giving stream. With super efficiency and serene detachment, Mother functioned in that home, delivering silent, eloquent, and inspiring messages of practical spirituality, untouched and unaffected by the sense world, adorned with utter humility, simplicity, and flower like purity of a true devotee. She was indeed a worshipper of God and man, but in her immeasurable magnificence, which surfaced in diverse ways, she was the deity of worship for men and gods. In that peerless life of Patibhakti and Dharmacharana, she loved to abide in the chosen role of a resigned servant of God. By her life of absolute dedication and Pathivratya Dharma, she created a noble, beautiful, and luminous pathway for generations of women to follow for complete transformation and divinization of human life. It was indeed a great lesson to us to see the Divine Mother of our worship working from morning till night with unfailing energy and meticulous care. The meals were a great source of delight to us, as Mother was there to preside over and serve each meal. Each and every one was tenderly cared for, and it was only after seeing that the servants too were served that Mother took her food. I later came to know how she drew innumerable pots of water from the well for washing clothes and also for the garden. When guests, chiefly devotees, began to arrive in good numbers, the maid servant was not able to cope up with the heavy work of washing and cleaning. But unknown to others, Mother silently helped her in all those tiresome tasks. Ever unruffled and unfatigued, a smile always playing around her face, she was the central and the most active member of the household, prepared to carry out any kind of menial work. When I was at Tellicherry at a later date, the cook was away at his home. He always took the slightest excuse to go home, but such was her equipoise and untiring patience that Mother cheerfully undertook the heavy work as added opportunities for more service. From early morning, Mother would be busy in the kitchen, and the breakfast would be ready much earlier than usual. The food would be so delicious. The routine of the day went on smoothly and harmoniously. In the evenings, I used to see Mother patiently seated, grinding the flour for making idlis. She never sought help or allowed others to help her in these duties. Here I remember an incident related to me by the devotees. Women devotees arriving there were all eager to render help, but Mother always made them comfortable, insisting that they should have rest in Mother's home, a real respite from their own household duties. One day, a lot of vegetables had to be cut and prepared as there were a number of guests. Bhagawan was a great disciplinarian. Further, he had special food habits where he wanted all meals to be prepared to his liking. The vegetables too had to be cut properly with utmost care. Such was mother's steadfast attention to his minute will and wish that she herself always attended to each and every detail with single-minded care. That day, one of the women devotees, perceiving the nature of the laborious task, pleaded again and again, and then prayed to Mother to allow her to do the cutting. At last, Mother, in her compassion and not wanting to be wound her heart, allowed her to do that work. But what happened was the devotee finished the work in her own way. When Mother returned from some other occupation to take the vegetables for cooking, she found the heap of badly cut vegetables. Without uttering a word of remonstrance, Mother, calm and undisturbed, with her usual cheerfulness, went about quickly sorting out the pieces, cutting and reshaping them properly. She was intent on the work, while the devotee stood repentant at giving extra work to her beloved deity. As she stood gazing at Mother with a sad heart, suddenly in the midst of a glowing light, instead of Mother's hands, she saw two arms of heavenly beauty shining with gem-studded bangles, with rosy-hued hands cutting the vegetables with amazing quickness. To the repentant heart, the great truth of Mother's godhood was magnificently revealed in those few seconds. The devotee stood, tears flowing down her cheeks, thrilled by the vision, unable to speak or move. Mother, on her part, went on with her work, absolutely concentrated in her duty. Many and many were such revelations that came to the simple-hearted women of Tellicherry. Their faith was in the nature of an instantaneous recognition of Mother's avatarhood. It was Mother's nature to hide the truth of her divinity. Her utter humility and the naturalness of her human roles were at cloak veiling the glorious effulgence of her godhood. But the devotees of Mother realized that Mother was their chosen deity, Krishna, appearing before them in this form of Saguna splendor. And just as Krishna revealed his glory and love in the simple-hearted gopis of Raja, so also Mother, in the phases of her life at Tellicherry, revealed to her simple-minded devotees soul-stirring manifestations and divine leelas. Filled with the intense urge to promote moral and spiritual welfare of all, Mother made these women folk, who were bereft of any knowledge, the receptacles of her mercy and wisdom. Mother had said, neither learning nor logic can prove the avatarhood. The truth of avatarhood is a mystery. This is realized only through a mystic perception called faith, which comes purely through the grace of God. By her blazing radiance of enlightenment and exemplary life of dharma, Mother initiated these uneducated women of Tellicherry into higher spirituality. The influence of her unique preceptorship and moral personality has been steadily spreading to wider sections of society. In between her duties, Mother came and talked to us, sometimes relating great episodes in her life to illumine us about the great truths and ideals to be imbibed by us. Sometimes my husband thought of clearing some points in sadhana, when with a mischievous smile, Mother would explain unasked, one by one, those points. In the evenings, the women disciples there assembled at 5 p.m. in the long room upstairs for meditation and prayer. On Sundays, in the evening, there would be pradakshina around the lighted deepam, followed by bhajan. Sometimes, when mother was free from her household duties, she came and talked to them, instructing them on spiritual truths and about the great principles to be followed. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mother.